Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe. We're not on tune. Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Shri Radha Vino Bihari Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Pati Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaur Hari ki jai, Radha Vino Bihari Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai, Harinama Sankirtana ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai, Shri Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Dandavat Pranam. So I just need to see if I can see everyone here. There we are. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranama Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Sometimes it comes up with yesterday's video, and then the only way I can detect if it's the right one is to see which shirt I'm wearing at the moment. So, okay. So we will begin with Mangalacharan, the auspicious invocation calling out for the mercy of our Gurudev, all of our Guru Varga, going back to the original Guru who is Krishna himself and his Prem Guru, Srimati Radhika. Page 1 of this book, Sri Gauriya Giti Guccha, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam. And I'm wondering if you can hear it. And his Prem Guru, Srimati Radhika. Page 1 of this book, Sri Gauriya Giti Guccha. No, I'm just testing to see if it's too loud or if it's okay, the sound, the volume. Because we put the little mic a little further away. It's better? Begin. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvekam Savadhutam Arjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitangsha Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Namine Śrī Krishna Līlā Katane Sudaksham Audanya Madhurya Mutaischa Yuktam Varam Varinyam Purusham Mahantam Nārayaṇam Tvam Shirasam Namāmi Tridandilam Bhakta Shiromani Shri Krishna Pada Jugataika Vrindi Chaitanya Leelamrita Sarasar Nārayaṇam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedānta Gosvāmī Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Gaura Preshthaya Bhutale Shri Śrīmad Bhakti Pragyāno Keshavo Iti Namine Ati Martya Charitraya Svashritanam
मोक्षपाणिने जीवदुःखे सदरताय श्रीनाम प्रेमदायिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती नामिने श्रीवर्षभानमी देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण संबद्ध विज्ञान दयिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाध्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिदा श्रीगौर करुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये विगतारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्बोधे पदम्बुजायते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौराविर्भावभूतेस्तु निर्देष्टा सजनप्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जयतां सुरतो पङ्गो मम मन्दम्मतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदम्बोजो राधा मदनमोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमलो श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेव प्रेष्ठानिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्द्रसरसारुद्धीवं शिवतपदस्थितः हर्षं वेणुस्वरैर्गोपीनाथ श्रीयस्तु नः वृन्दाये तुलसीदेवे प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादामग्निनिर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दं विवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृताश्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् हरेर्नाम हरेर्नाम हरेर्नामेव केवलं फलो नास्त्येव 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 गतिरन्यथा
people are being tagged. El Pablito is tagged, Jeremy L. Nasser, Grish, and Clint Cesar, and Luke DeBono, and Amanda Kalea. And Rabi Rohini Dolal is saying, here is working tags, and they're saying, yes, tags are working here. So I don't know what that's about or what it's for.
Let me know if I need
To make any
to do
adjustments.
anything. No.
Yes.
Okay. Feels like a siege,
A Facebook siege.
I don't know. I'm a little scared.
It's okay, just keep your eye on it. Take it. Gurudev Baro Kripa Kori Gauravanamaje. Gauravanamaje, page 33 in the songbook. If you do not have the songbook, then we have Jiva Pavana Prabhu. Very kindly, he posts the bhajans in the comments section of the thread. So if you do not have the songbook, just scroll to the most recent post of Jiva Pavana Prabhu, and there you will find your satisfaction. Your heart will become content. And if you do not, remember the page number, Lavangalata Didi, page 33. Page 33, 33. Gurudev Boro Kripa Kori Goda Bano Maje Godrume Diacho Sthana. Radhe Radhe Nayan. Gurudev Boro Kripa Kori Gaurabono Majhe Godrume Diacho Sthana. Boro Kripa Kori Gaurabono Majhe Godrume Diacho Sthana. Agyadina Braje Boshi Harinama Karo Gano. Agyadina More Je Braje Boshi Harinama Karo Gano. Goro Kripa Kori Gauravono Majhe Gaurabono Majhe Godrume Diacho Sthana. Kintu Kabe Prabhu Jogyatayor Pibe Edasere Doya Kori. Kintu Kabe Prabhu Jogyatayor Pibe Edasere Doya Kori. Chitta sthira have sakala sohibo ekante bhajibo hari. Chitta sthira have sakala sohibo ekante bhajibo hari. Goro Kripa Kori Gaurabono Majhe Godrume Diacho Sthana. Goro Kripa Kori Gaurabono Majhe Godrume Diacho Sthana.
sukha sange abhyasa hoilo manda shashava jovane jara sukha sange abhyasa hoilo manda nija karma doshi e deho hoilo janera pratibandha nija karma doshe e deho hoilo janera pratibandha gurudev boro kripa kori gora bono majhe tudume diyacho boro kripa kori gora mono majhe tudume diyacho mardhakye ekho pancharoge hata kyamone bhajibo mardhakye ekho pancharoge hata kyamone bhajibo bolo kadiya kadiya tomaro charone koriyachi sumihara kadiya kadiya tomaro charone koriyachi sumihara kadiya kadiya tomaro charane kadiya kadiya tomaro charane koriyachi sumihara koriyachi sumihara gurudev boro kripa kori gora bono majhe tudume diyacho sthan boro kripa kori gora bono majhe tudume diyacho sthan gurudeva jaya gurudeva jaya gurudeva jaya gurudeva gurudeva jaya gurudeva gurudeva jaya gurudeva prabhupada jaya prabhupada jaya prabhupada jaya prabhupada prabhupada jaya prabhupada jaya prabhupada jaya prabhupada guru parampara 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 Shri Gurudev ki jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai Shri Guru Parampara ki jai I'm seeing an outpouring of happy birthday messages
Happy birthday, Taruni!
for Taruni.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. We'll do a little something at the end for your birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday! Radhe,
Radhe Radhe. Kirupe Paibo Seva Mui Durachar, page 45. Kirupe Paibo Seva Mui Durachar. Radhesham Kirupe Paibo Seva Mui Durachar. Tatyana Kirupe Paibo Seva Mui Durachar. Shri Guru Vaishnaverati Na Hoilo Yama. Shri Guru Vaishnaverati Na Hoilo Yama. Ashesho Mayate Mo Magano Hoilo. Ashesho Mayate Mo Magano Hoilo. Vaishnave Tere Shomatro Ratina Janmilo. Vaishnave Tere Shomatro Ratina Janmilo. Vishaye Bhuriyayandha Hoinu Divanishi. Vishaye Bhuriyayandha Hoinu Divanishi. Gale Phaso Dite Pire Maya Se Pishachi. Gale Phaso Dite Pire Maya Se Pishachi. Ihare Koriya Jayo Charano Na Jano. Ihare Koriya Jayo Charano Na Jano. Sadhu Kripa Vinaya Nahi Ko Upay. Sadhu Kripa Vinaya Nahi Ko Upay. Adosha Dorashi Prabhu Patita Udhar. Adosha Dorashi Prabhu Patita Udhar. Ei Varo Narotame Kor Vaishnava Thakur ki jai. Excuse me. Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, Same or Sampada, page 50. 50. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, Same or Sampada, Same or Bhajana Pujana, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, Same or Sampada, Same or Bhajana Pujana, Same or Pranodhana, Same or Abharana, Same or Pranodhana, Same or Abharana, Same or Jivanir Jivana, Same or Jivanir Jivana, Same or Rasanidhi, Same or Vancha Siddhi, Same or Rasanidhi, Same or Vancha Siddhi, Same or Vedera Dhara, Same or Vedera Dhara, Se Vrata, Se Tapa, Se Mora Mantra Japa, Se Vrata, Se Tapa, Se Mora Mantra Japa, Se Dharma Karama, Se Dharma Karama, Anukula Have Vidhi, Se Pade Hoile Siddhi, Thapito jivon chirodino thapito jivon aha Prabhu koro doya deho re pada chaya aha Prabhu koro doya deho re pada chaya narottamo loilo sharam narottamo loilo sharam narottamo loilo sharam narottamo loilo sharam Śrī Rupa Manjari Pado Sevora Sambandha Sevo Bhajana Puja Śrī Rupa Manjari Pado Sevora Sambandha Sevo Bhajana Puja Sevo Jivanir Jivan Sevo Jivanir Jivan Rupa Gosvāmī Prabhu Rupa Gosvāmī 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 Prabhu He 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 Śrī Rupa Gosvāmī Pad ki jai Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad ki jai Śrī Sat Gosvāmī Prabhu ki jai
Just in case you didn't notice, this bhajan right here pretty much encapsulates the essence of our goal, the goal of those who can be called true Rupanugas or Rupanuga Anuga. It means the followers of those who are in that line. Their goal, their hope, their aspiration, their everything is the shelter of the lotus feet of Śrī Rupa. So here you say, you see it. My bhajan, my worship, the wealth of my life, the ornament of my life, the life of my life, treasure house of ras, attainment of my desire, the conclusion of all Vedas, the goal of my vows and austerities, the object of my recitation of mantra, and the purpose of all of my religious activities. I'm taking shelter of Śrī Rupa. This is really our process, our goal. And Srila Narottam Das Thakur placed it very succinctly, very clearly in this bhajan, our goal and aspiration. Our Srila Gurudev recalls when he would visit with Srila Prabhupada, our Srila Prabhupada, how he would weep and sing this bhajan, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Semor Sambara. How he would weep, and how he would weep while singing Śrī Satyavrata Gosvāmī Ashtakam as well. Our Srila Gurudev focused so much attention on establishing what is our goal. I think from 1996 until about 2000, almost like 4 years from the time he started traveling the world, really hammering, drilling into us what is our goal and how to awaken greed for that goal. And then I remember one day, it was in New Braj, he said, now we've been spending so much time speaking about the goal. Now that should be clear. Now we're going to start telling you how to get there. And then he started speaking about Dhruva Mahārāja Charitra, Prahlād Mahārāja Charitra, from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, starting from the foundation and moving upward from there. But he wanted us to first set our eyes on the goal. Many of you are familiar with Mahabharata. So, Guru Drona Acharya, the guru of the military guru of the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and so many others, known as the best, he was teaching all of them. And so he had a target in the tree. I don't know if it was a real bird or a wooden bird or whatever it was, but anyhow, he had a bird in a tree. And he had each of them take aim. Take your bow, take your arrows. Aim at the target. Now tell me, what do you see? Well, I see the target. Anything else? Yeah, I see the tree. Anything else? The trunk of the tree. I see the sky. I see the clouds. I see other birds in the sky. I see you. I see all of the Pandavas and Kauravas. I see the ground. I see my bow. Step to the side. One after another, after another, after another. Finally, Arjuna's turn came. He said, aim your arrow. What do you see? The eye of the bird. Anything else? Actually, I only see the pupil. Anything else? No. You may shoot. So he set his target first. What is your goal? Be very clear, one-pointed, very concentrated. One-pointed. Srila Gurudev always used this term. One-pointed. What kind of focus should one have? He would give an example once. I remember Gurudev told this example, and then Damodara Maharaj translated for him. We were in Mathura at the time. And when Damodara Maharaj was telling the translation, he was talking about someone who was cooking sweet rice. And we were all listening in English. And Gurudev looked at him and said, what are you saying? He said, he's making kheer. And Gurudev and all of the locals who speak Braj Bhasha and Hindi started laughing. And Gurudev said, not kheer, tir. Means he was sharpening arrows. So he was so absorbed in sharpening arrows, not making kheer, that a wedding party had gone by. And someone asked him which way they went. And he was like, what are you talking about? What wedding party? The wedding party just passed by. I don't know what you're referring to. That kind of concentration, that kind of focus, that kind of refinement, that kind of ekantik nishtha, one-pointed conviction, that is necessary, especially for attaining the goal of raganuga bhakti, the goal that we are aspiring for, which is transcendental loving service to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. Without having that kind of exclusive one-pointed goal and that intense greed to attain that goal, and I'm using the word exclusive intentionally. Exclusive means everything else out of the way, only that. Without having that kind of deep, one-pointed focus and absorption, Srila Gurudev said, you will never be able to attain that goal. How do we awaken that greed for that goal? Only one way. One way. Service to the Vaishnavas, yes, but hearing from them about the beauty, the form, the qualities, the pastimes, the sweetness of Krishna. Then this mood will awaken in our heart. I want to give myself in service to Krishna and nothing else. Only by hearing like that, then when that mood manifests in our heart, we will have that one-pointed greed. And by continuous hearing from the lips of the pure devotees, whose hearts are already burning in love and affection for Krishna, then this continuous hearing will be the nourishment, the water which waters our bhakti lata, the creeper of love and devotion. The tendency or the inclination to serve Krishna will increase by this constant hearing. Nityam bhagavata sevaya. Always, eternally hearing the glories of Krishna from his pure devotees. This is the most essential thing. Now, all the way toward perfection, and also once we have attained perfection, the association of and hearing the glories of Krishna from the pure devotees is the most essential thing. Anyone who knows that verse, now and in perfection, even after the attainment of perfection, still, sadhu sangha is the most essential thing. Anyone who can write that verse down or post that verse, you will definitely get a piece of Taruni's birthday cake. So that ekantik bhav is necessary. And in this case, what is our goal, our aspiration? That is the lotus feet, the service of, the shelter of Śrī Rupa Manjari. Śrī Rupa Manjari pada, Semor Sampada, Semor Bhajana Pujan, Semor Pranadhana, Semor Abharana, Semor Jivanir Jivan. The life of my life, the life of my soul, are the lotus feet of Śrī Rupa Manjari. Let me give you a hint on the verse. It starts with Krishna Bhakti. There you go. Nope. That's the verse explaining the root qualification for bhakti ras, which is greed. This one is saying what is essential now and what is essential in perfection as well. Krishna Bhakti Janmamul Hoy Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Prema Janme Tenho Puna Mukhya Anga. Yadava Govinda gave it. Very good, Yadava. Okay, Taruni, you got to send him a piece of birthday cake. Hopefully it arrives intact and still fresh. Thank you for posting that. Can you post the translation as well? Okay, I see a bhajan here by someone named Krishna Das. It's page 95 in the songbook, and it starts Nadiyara Ghate Bhai. I have never sung it before, but I see the meaning of it. Oh brothers, what a wonderful boat is at the ghat in Nadia. Nitai is the navigator of that boat, and Sri Chaitanya is the captain. The two Raghunaths, Sri Raghunath Bhatta and Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva, Sri Gopal Bhatta, Sri Rupan Sanatan are the 6 oarsmen. Nitai calls out, "O brothers, who will cross the ocean of material existence?" He takes across those without any fare. O brothers, who but one who feels deep compassion for the suffering of others could take them across this ocean? But Chaitanya and Nitai deliver all. Krishnadas says, "O brothers, just chant Hari Hari. No fare is required at the ghat of Nitai and Chaitanya." Most essential principle in bhakti is sadhu sangha, but it will also be essential once we obtain Krishna prema. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mool Hoy Sadhu Sangha. It means the root, mool, the root cause of the awakening or manifestation of bhakti or devotion to Krishna. It is the association of his pure devotees. Krishna prema janme tenho. And even after the attainment of perfection, which is divine transcendental love for Krishna, or Krishna prema, puna mukya anga. Puna means again or still. Mukya means primary, face. It is the main anga, the main essential thing, the main limb. That's just how essential sadhu sangha is. Here, all the way to perfection and within perfection itself. Sadhu sangha means associating with the pure devotees of Krishna. And by that association, one will always be bathed in the nectarian harikatha of Krishna's forms, names, qualities, pastimes, and his associates. Thank you. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Dodiyaro Ghate Bhai Ki Adbhuta Tari Dodiyaro Ghate Bhai Ki Adbhuta Tari Nitai Gauriya Tote Chaitanya Kandari Nitai Gauriya Tote Chaitanya Kandari Dui Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopal. Hold on. Dui Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Shri I don't even know how the verse goes. I don't know how it goes. Please forgive me. I told you it's my first time. Dui Raghunath Shri Jiv Gopal Shri Rup Sanatan Pare Re Nokayo Era Adadi Chayo Jan Pare Ro Nokayo Era Adadi Chayo Jan Jabi Bhai Bhavo Pare Bodhi Nitai Rate Ke Jabi Bhai Bhavo Pare Bodhi Nitai Rate Ke Yar Kati Bino Par Kore Jake Tate Ke Yar Kati Bino Par Kore Jake Tate Ature ka toro bina ke par kare bhai Ature ka toro bina ke par kare bhai
করে সবে চৈতন্য নিতাই কিন্তু পার করে সবে চৈতন্য নিতাই কৃষ্ণ দাস বলে ভাই বলো হরি হরি কৃষ্ণ দাস বলে ভাই বলো হরি হরি নিতাই চৈতন্যের ঘাতে নাহি লাগে করি নিতাই চৈতন্যের ঘাতে নাহি লাগে করি নদিয়ার ঘাতে ভাই কি অদ্ভুত তরি নদিয়ার ঘাতে ভাই কি অদ্ভুত তরি নিতাই গলিয়া ততে চৈতন্য কান্দরি নিতাই গলিয়া তাতে চৈতন্য কান্দরি নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ জয় নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ 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 নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ জয় নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ জয় নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ पतित पावन श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय Let me try it 1 second. He said maybe Srila Govinda Maharaj's tune would be easier. Yeah, somehow that second that line there, Dvi Raghunatha Shri Jeev, Dvi Raghunatha Shri Jeev Gopal Shri Rup Sanatan, Dvi Raghunatha Shri Jeev. Somehow in there it's a little bit difficult with the syncopation. Anyhow, we tried. I will probably have to ask Madhukar Prabhu. I'm sure he has many different tunes for it and he will help me out. He's very expert. Page 82, Avatar Sar, Gora Avatar. Avatar sa Gorayo avatar Kyano na bhajitare Avataro sa Gorayo avatar Kyano na bhajitare Korini devas Gelo na piyas Korini devas Gelo na piyas Apono koramo bhere Apono koramo bhere Kanto kero taru Sadai se bilimon Amrito paibaro yashe Kanto kero taru Sadai se bilimon Amrito paibaro yashe প্রেম কল্পতরু শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ আমার প্রেম কল্পতরু শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ আমার তাহারে ভাবি নিমিষে তাহারে ভাবি নিমিষে সৌরভের আসে পলাশ শুকিলি মন আশাতে পোষিত সৌরভের আসে পলাশ শুকিলি মন আশাতে পোষিত ইক্ষুদণ্ড ভাবি খাত চুষিনি মন ইক্ষুদণ্ড ভাবি খাত চুষিনি মন কেমনে পাইবি মিথ্যা কেমনে পাইবি মিথ্যা হারো বলিয়া গলায় করিলি মন সমর কিঙ্কর সাপ হারো বলিয়া গলায় করিলি মন সমর কিঙ্কর সাপ শীতল বলিয়া আগুন পোহালি মন শীতল বলিয়া আগুন পোহালি মন পাইলি বজ্র তাপ পাইলি বজ্র তাপ সংসার ভজিলি শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ ভুলিলি না শুনিলি সাধুর কথা সংসার ভজিলি শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ ভুলিলি না শুনিলি সাধুর কথা ইহ পর কালো দুঃখালো খোয়ালি মন ইহ পর কালো দুঃখালো খোয়ালি মন খাইলিয়া পন মাথা খাইলিয়া পন মাত অবতার সার গোরায় অবতার কেন না ভজিলি তারে অবতার সার গোরায় অবতার কেন না ভজিলি তারে শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি জয় শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি জয় শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি জয় শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হে 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 প্রেম পুরুষোত্তম শচীনন্দন গৌর হরি কি জয় Page 159, Jai Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda. By Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Thakur. Jai Yashodanandana Krishna Gopala Govinda. Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Jai Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Jai Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Jai Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Jai Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Jai Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavana Chandra Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavana Chandra Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavana Chandra Achyuta Madhava Ram Vrindavana Chandra Murali Vadana Shyam Gopi Jana Nanda 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 Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Jai Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Madana Mohana Hare Ananta Mukunda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavana Chandra Achyuta Madhava Rama Vrindavana Chandra Murali Vadana Shyam Gopi Jana Nanda Murali Vadana Shyam Gopi Jana Nanda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Jai Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopalo Govinda Krishna He 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 Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. Excuse me. In wintertime, old age sets in a little bit more clearly. We're feeling different kinds of pains that we're not accustomed to. We're like, oh, that's the humidity, that's the barometric pressure, that's my knee, my neck. So, they always told us it would happen, and we were just like, yeah, right. And now we're telling the younger ones, it's going to happen one day. And they're like, yeah, right. But it does, so, Hare Krishna. So this is quite interesting. Here, Bhaktivedānta Thakur, he's speaking about Yashodanandan, Krishna, Gopal, Govinda, Madan Mohan, then Hare, Ananta Mukunda. Now you have Ananta Mukunda, who's infinite and awards salvation or liberation. That seems to be a little bit of a contrast to the Braj mood. And then you have Achyuta, the infallible one, Madhava. Then you have Ram. So is that Ram like Dasharati Ram? I'm asking a question. Now with Vrindavan Chandra, we're back in Vrindavan again. Murali Vadana, who's playing the flute, Shyam, Gopi Janananda. So sometimes in the bhajans of our acharyas, you look at what Srila Bhaktivedānta Thakur has written, like Bolo Hari Hari Mukundu Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva. Wait a second, that's the horse incarnation who rescued the Vedas. Nrisingha, Vamana, Shri Madhusurana, Rajendranandana Shama, Putana Ghatana, Kaitapa Shatana, Jaya Dasharati Ram. How do we reconcile this? If we're trying to focus exclusively on our goal, our Ishtadev, and all of these other names for different avatars are coming up, even in Vaikunta, Ram, Dvarkadish, how do we reconcile this? So our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, they are Param Rasik. They are supremely, excuse me, I'm just adjusting a little bit. They're supremely transcendental, full of ras and transcendental moods. So sometimes when they're saying these names, it actually has, not sometimes, it has alternate meanings. Different depths of spiritual perception will bring out different meanings in these names. For someone, for example, who is a Ram Bhakta by nature, when they chant Hare Krishna and Hare Ram, they will focus on Ram. For someone who is of Nārāyaṇa and Vaikuntha, when they chant Hare Krishna Hare Ram, they will see Lakshmipati Nārāyaṇa and Vaikuntha. For someone who is a Braj Bhakta of any of the different bhavs, of any of the different rasas, they will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and it will apply to them and their relationship with Krishna. In the same way, these names, they also have alternate and deep and secondary and third and fourth meanings. If any of you have ever read Hansadutta, Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī wrote it down. It is Lalita Saki speaking to the swan and giving the swan a message to take to Krishna in Mathura. The gopis won't leave Vrindavan to go to Mathura, but she's sending a swan as her messenger. And she's talking about all of the different avatars. Oh, we have heard that you are this. We have heard that you are that. We've heard that you are this. And then she starts making comparisons. Oh, yes, you are the source of all avatars. So you have manifested Sri Narasimhadev. What did he do? He ripped out the heart of Hiranyakashipu. And he left his mark there, but took everything. In the same way, you have done that to us, to the gopis, to Srimati Radhika. You've ripped out our heart, you've left your mark, and you've taken off, you've left. And you've left us completely like empty. So when she's saying these names, they also have alternate meanings. Hayagriva. What does that mean? So when we hear our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas speaking these names, and it appears that they're referring to Hayagriva, who rescued the Vedas from, this is written in Śrīmad Bhagavatam and in all Shastras and Puranas.
But what does it mean, and how can we connect it to the goal that we are aspiring toward? Personalities like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Rupa Goswami, our Srila Gurudev, and so many others who are Param Rasik, Bhavuk, Vaishnavas, they have extracted these deeper meanings of these names. Matsya, Harinam Tuva Aneka Swarupa, Matsyadi Gane Avatari. Matsya is the fish incarnation. How would the Brajabasis, or especially the Gopis, utilize this word or name Matsya when referring to Krishna? Well, we've all been to Manasi Ganga, and we know there Krishna would swim, or Kusum Sarovar. The gopis would be there bathing among the lotuses, and Krishna would go underneath and just pull their feet out from under them, and they would go in the water. So there's so many different ways, moods and conceptions how to see these names. Like you would normally think, okay, Hare Ram, or Ram means Dasharati Ram, Ram means Balaram, Ram can mean Nityananda Ram. But for those who are aspiring for Rupanuga Bhakti, we already told what our goal is. How would they see Ram? Radha Rama iti Ramaha. Or what our Srila Prabhupada said, same thing, Ramanyate something. It's there. I posted it on Facebook a while back, quite a long time back, but it's there. That this is Radha Raman, or who is giving pleasure to Srimati Radhika. Like this. Those same names will take on a different meaning according to one's bhav. When we see Yashodanandan, Jai Yashodanandana Krishna. Well, Yashodanandan is the son of Mother Yashoda, Krishna. And the gopis are using that name. How are they using that name? They're always speaking about Nandanandan, Yashodanandan. It may be that when Krishna is teasing them, when he's creating difficulty for them, when he's asking for tax, Dan Ghati, again and again in so many different places, Krishna is doing the same thing. He's blocking their way and saying, give me tax, give me milk, yogurt, butter, and any of these things. And the gopis are like, who are you to demand anything from us? You don't own this place. Yes, I am the king of Vrindavan. I'm Vrindavaneshwar. You are not the king of Vrindavan. Vrindavan belongs to Vrinda Devi. And she gave it to Srimati Radhika. Therefore, Radhika's name is Vrindavaneshwari. The only thing you do is destroy all of Vrindavan with all of your cows. You destroy the plants. You destroy everything. You don't add anything. We're doing all of the planting. We're doing all kinds of things, making it beautiful, adding flowers. What are you doing? And then Krishna tries to give some excuse back, and they give beautiful love quarrel taking place between the gopis and Krishna. And then when he teases them too much, they say, hey, Yashodanandan. Krishna knows exactly what that means. If you don't stop harassing us, we'll tell your mother. Yashodanandan. So how our Rasik and Bhavuk, Rupanuga, Guru Varga see these names. Why are we chanting Rama Krishna Haya Griva at Mangal Arti time? This is Nishanta Lila. This is just when Radha and Krishna are waking up. Why are we chanting those names? Nishringa Vamana Shri Madhusudan. At that time in the morning. It must have a different implication. And that is for us to search. That is sadhana. To search for this, to ask, to question, to study, to petition any pure Vaishnava. What does this mean? Ask any senior Vaishnava. This is part of our journey. And when they see, when those personalities see, oh, you are sincere, you're asking these questions, they become very happy. Their heart opens up and Harikatha overflows because you are showing eagerness by your search. Let me see. Wait until you're 65. Yeah, okay. You know, there's danger at every step. I don't even know if I'll make it that far. But I didn't think I would make it past 22, because we knew there was danger at every step from the time we were babies. So, who knows? 65. Okay, humble bhajan request for another day, if it would fit in. Krishna Prema Mai Radha. Gitabali also culminates in the highest and most exclusive moods aside from the multiple meanings. I'll have to learn a tune for Krishna Premamayi Radha one day. Hopefully, I will learn it. Thank you for requesting. So I just wanted to add that because we just sang all of these different names and they don't all seem connected necessarily to the Braj pastimes. But we should understand that there is a deep reason and a deep meaning behind everything that our Goswamis have given. Bhaktivedānta Thakur is known as the seventh Goswami. So what have they given? Srila Gurudev said they haven't given anything which is to be discarded. Everything they gave is for a particular purpose. All of the practice of our sadhana, all of the different aspects of bhakti, all of the applications of it is favorable for the attainment of our goal. What is our goal? Very specific. 3 main things. What is our goal? If you get this one right, you get pizza di momo. If you get the second one right, you get pineapple upside down cake. Third one, you get enchiladas by Isha Thakurani. She's a very good chef. And whoever gets the whole enchilada, oh yes, Nandini and Dayal Hari, they make very nice ravioli. Mixture with tomato sauce and, what is this? The basilicum sauce together. It's very flavorful, very wonderful. Okay, Radha Dasyam in the group of and in the guidance of. This is very specific. We need to make sure to mention all of that to Krishna. If he ever stands in front of you and tries to offer you anything else, which he will, we will be tested. And we will have to be strong and hold tightly to what our Gurudev has told us. Gurudev has given the order, we hold tight and we follow that. So Radha Dasyam, specifically in whose group and under whose guidance? Isha doesn't know how to do enchilada? Alright, we'll have enchilada from Nandini. She's from Mexico. So, Rupa Manjari and in the group of, Rupa Manjari is under the Anugatya, the guidance of, but Rupa Manjari is also serving under, come on, no pineapple pizza, not from Isha. Pineapple upside down cake. Come on. Radha Dasyam in the group of who? Under the guidance of Rupa Manjari. No. Okay, so we will go on to the group of Radha Dasya means serving Srimati Radhika in whose group? Because there are different 8 main Sakis, Ashta Saki. So which one of them are we particularly following? Which group? Very good. Sudevi. Lalita Sakir. Ayoga Kinkori. Vinoda Dhari Chepai. Lalita Saki. So Radha Dasyam in the group of Lalita Saki under the guidance of Sri Rupa Manjari. This is very specific. Sudevi is saying Rupa and Raman because Raman is the Kinkari name of our Srila Gurudev. But Gurudev always said specifically Radha Dasyam, Lalita Saki in her group and Rupa Manjari Anugatya. So yes, without the mercy of Guru Saki we cannot attain to all of that. So we should also take shelter, of course, of our Gurudev and Guru Saki. Now we will call out for the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Let me just see here. That Krishna Prema Mayi Radha is not even in this particular songbook. So I'll have to find it and we will sing it another time. Can you find Bande Shri Vrishabhanu Sutapada? Bande Shri Vrishabhanu Sutapada. It's in our songbook. Oh, it's not in the Gaudiya? Oh, Devaki is asking for Radhanam Paramas Sukadai. Okay, so for tomorrow we'll have Bande Shri Vrishabhanu Sutapada ready to post. We can sing that. So now Radhanam Paramas Sukadai. I think it's Shivaranjani. Radhanam Parama Sukadai. 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 Radhanam
बिताऊं रत रत राधा जन्म बिताऊं रत रत राधा जन्म बिताऊं रत रत राधा जन्म बिताऊं ब्रज गोपीनां को शिष्य नमाऊं ब्रज गोपीनां को शिष्य नमाऊं महिमा कहीं नहीं जाए राधा नाम परम सुखदायी राधा नाम परम सुखदायी ब्रज त्यज के मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊं 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 रसिक संतानों के दर्शन पाऊं रसिक संतानों के दर्शन पाऊं जग से प्रीति अताई राधा नाम परम सुखदायी राधा नाम परम सुखदायी ओ राधा नाम परम सुखदायी 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 राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद 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 राधे गोविंद राधे गोपाल राधे गोविंद राधे गोपाल राधे वृषभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय, श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. So now we will sing Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, page 290 in your songbook. If you do not have a songbook, scroll to the most recent post of Jiva Pavana Prabhu, and you will also find the page number posted by Lavangalata. So, Hare Krishna. Śrī Dāmodara ki jai. Śrī Radha Bihari Ju ki jai. Śrī Sachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai. Radha Ramana Ju ki jai. Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai. Shalagram Shila ki jai. Laddu Gopal ki jai. Chota Laddu Gopal ki jai. So yesterday we sang the Krishna Das tune. Today we are singing the Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. And by the way, for those of you who might be new, we're singing Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam because we are still studying Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam since the beginning of Kartik, and there's no harm in continuing to do so. Yes, Taruni, that is the name that we have heard and always have referred to, and Srila Gurudev also accepted. But sometimes they have other nicknames. You've got Raghunath Das Goswami, who is known as Rati Manjari, and also Tulsi Manjari. So, Namami Shwaram Sachi Anandarupam Lasat Kundaram Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyurukhala Dhavomanam Param Vrishnam Atyantato Drutya Gopya Rudantamuhurnetra Yukmam Rijantam Param Bhoja Yukmena Shatankanetram Muhu Shvasakam Patrirekam Kakantha Sitagraiva Damodaram Bhaktivedāntam Iti Driksvalilabhi Ananda Kunde Saghoshamima Jantam Akhyapayantam Kadiyeshita Keshu Bhakterjitatam Puna Prema Tastam Satavritti Monde Param Deva Moksham Na Mokshabadhim Va Vachanyam Drineham Bhare Shadapiha Idam Deva Purnatha Gopalo Balam Sada me manosya virastam ki mandai idam te mukham bhojam avyaktanilai kritam kuntalai snidharaktaiścha gopya muhushchumbitam dimba raktadharam me manasya virastam alam lakshalabhaye namo deva damodarananta vishnu prasida prabho dukha jalabhimagnam kripa drishti vrishyati dinam vatam grihaneshamamagyam vidyakshidresha kuberatmajo baddha murtyaiva yadva tvayamuchito bhakti bhajo krito cha tattva prema bhaktin svakam me prayacha namokshe graho misti damodareha namaste sudamne spuradipti dhamne vadiyodarayato vishvasya dhamne namo radhikayai tvadiya priyayai namo nantalilaya devaya tubhyam namo radhikayai tvadiya priyayai namo nantalilaya devaya tubhyam radha damodara radha damodara damodara radha damodara radha damodara radha damodara damodara radha damodara jai radha damodara radha damodara radhe radha damodara radha damodara radhe Śrī Radha Damodar Ju ki jai Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Taruni, we're on page 108 from what I can remember, because Narasimha Prabhu asked that question, the same one, and somehow the answer was there very clearly on page 108. It might be going into 109, but I'm pretty sure it's on 108. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल श्री गुरुदेव की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय गौर भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदान्त नारायणीति नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Śrīmad Śrī Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. In the same thousands of Dandavat Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Śrīmad Śrī Bhaktivedānta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada, and to all of our Rupanuga, Gauriya, Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas past, present, and future, including all of you who are present with us today, I offer my Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Shyam.
Radhe Shyam. So today we are continuing with Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. As I tell every day, this is manifested from the heart of Śrī Satyavrata Muni, who thought his Ishtadev was Matsya Avatar, but due to association, gradually over time, greed manifested in his heart for Vatsalya Bhav. And then greed manifested in his heart for Madhurya Bhav. So his Ishtadev, because it wasn't really fixed, but he thought it was changing from Matsya Avatar, going forward, now coming to Radha Krishna. So this is manifest from the heart of Śrī Satyavrata Muni, written down in Padma Purana by Ved Vyas, commented on by Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī in this version. The translation of Sanātana Gosvāmī's commentary has been done by our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, along with his Bhav Anubad, his commentary full of transcendental Bhav. And then it is commented on further by our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvami Maharaj, full of so much ras and bhav. So this is not a book. This is the manifestation of the hearts of all of these divine personalities, full of transcendental treasures and gems. And we will pray before entering into this treasure that may they manifest some of these jewels in our heart. So before entering into the Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, we will pray to these divine personalities in the words of Śrī Raghunath Das Goswami. Vairāga juga bhaktira samprayatnaya apayanan mam anubhikshamandam kripambadirya paradukaduki sanatanastam prabhum ashrayami. Begging in the dust of their lotus feet that may even a particle of their moods which are present within these pages manifest itself within our hearts. And now we are on the 5th verse, verse 5. Yep, still 108. Very auspicious number. Idam te mukham bojam avyakta nilayr vritam kuntalay snigdha raktaishtra gopya muhushchumbitam bimba raktadharam me manasya virastam malam lakshalabhay namami Ishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. So before we continue reading, I'd just like to request all of you again to please say a prayer for Anupam. Good catch. It didn't even start doing that turning thing yet. I'm back. Radhe Radhe. So, refresh. Jai. Back. So, yesterday, we're actually on page 109, because yesterday we were discussing how when Kundalata tells Mother Yashoda that Krishna got his scratches by doing Rasa Leela, Mother Yashoda's like, what are you talking about? My son, he's just still a baby. He doesn't even have his milk teeth yet. He's so little. He needs me. He must have gotten those scratches another way. Mother Yashoda cannot conceive, when he was with his calves, with his cows, maybe he was running through the bushes and that's how he got the scratches. So even though she might be the cowherd boys wrestling with him, but she's might be told about the gopis and about this madhurya ras, but from her perspective it isn't even possible. This is her vatsalya prem for Krishna. So although vatsalya bhav nourishes madhurya ras, actually everything nourishes madhurya rasa. Ultimately, the original rasa or the adi rasa, jam madi yasya yatonmayadi taratash vigyasvara, the adi rasa or the original rasa is Radha Krishna jugal, conjugal. From them, all other rasas have manifested, and all of those other rasas are in essence for the purpose of supporting, enhancing, and nourishing that supreme original rasa. So Mother Yashoda, the cowherd boys, the cows, the calves, all of Vrindavan, all of the pastimes of Vrindavan, somehow ultimately ends up nourishing madhurya rasa. So Gurudev here said something interesting. She's not necessarily unaware that her son is in fact performing Rasa Lila, because she's told about it, but she just can't accept it. And then I was mentioning yesterday how Gurudev would speak about Nanda Baba and all of the elders, Nanda Baitan, when they're discussing the heroic deeds of Krishna, how he's killing so many demons, how he's lifting Govardhan hill, how he's doing so many amazing things. He must be Bhagavan. Maybe you should not chastise your son or even give him any punishment whatsoever, because then it will be an offense to God. Nanda Baba is listening to all of them, and then he begins laughing. What kind of intelligence do you people have? So they're aware, they see it, they hear it, they're aware of it, and then immediately this Aishwarya is covered over by the deluge of Braja Prem. A little bit, it comes up and pokes its head out. In our scriptures it is said like 40 manas of milk. 40 manas can be gallons, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. 40 liters of milk. Anyhow, boiling. And with one straw in that milk. Now when milk is boiling, whatever's in there comes up to the top and then cycles back down to the bottom. And periodically it'll come back up, poke its head out the top. Hello? Boom, back under again. So it is explained like this, that the Aishwarya is there in Vrindavan in its complete fullness. Aishwarya means majesty, the awesomeness of Godhead, of God, is fully present in Vrindavan more than anywhere else. There's more Aishwarya, transcendental opulence in each particle of dust of Vrindavan than in all of the Vaikuntha planets combined. And more Aishwarya in each particle of dust at Radha Kunda than in all of Vrindavan combined. And yet, the prem, the love of the Brajabasis for Krishna is so great and so high that all of that Aishwarya is completely covered, and then covered on top of that, that the Aishwarya becomes like a particle of dust in an unlimited ocean. It's not that it's not present. It is there, and sometimes it manifests. But that love, that prem is so deep, so natural, so spontaneous, and so all-encompassing that Krishna cannot hold that Aishwarya very long. He cannot even maintain it. He's completely captured and controlled by the love of his Brajabasis. That is the whole point of this pastime, Damodar Lila. He's trying to hold it, but Mother Yashoda, she's like, I must bind my son, do or die, even if it takes my whole life, I will not give up. And Krishna's Kripa Shakti, which is more powerful than his Aishwarya Shakti, his mercy potency, is more powerful than his awesome majestiness, was completely covered. And Krishna himself even forgets. Mugdata. Due to the love and affection of the Brajabasis, he forgets, I am God, and he's playing just like an ordinary child, completely controlled by the love of his devotees. Govinda kohena mama Vaishnava paran. Krishna himself says, my devotees, they are my life and soul. Bilva Mangal Thakur is saying, Braje vasantam navanita choram chorangraganyam chatukula choram aneka janmarajita papa choram chorangraganyam purusham namami. He's saying, oh, I will capture you within the prison of my heart and I will never let you go. To Krishna. Well, not only is this the pleasure of Krishna, this is where Krishna wants to be, but it is also the pleasure of the devotees. They want to hold him and capture him and love him, serve him, and that is Krishna's happy place. So where does he reside? Where his devotees are always remembering and glorifying him. He resides within the hearts of his devotees. Tamara Hridoya Sada Govinda Vishram. Oh, Govinda is always resting, residing within the hearts of his pure devotees. So the Brajabasis are his purest, greatest, eternal associates. They're all 140%, 1040% devoted to Krishna. So he, in essence, has no choice. He shows his Aishwarya And even his friends will look, oh wow, nice, clap, clap, clap. Okay, let's go and play. There Krishna is showing his four-armed form when he left the rasa dance at Govardhan, at Vasanti Ras time, springtime. It's different than the Rasa Lila which takes place here at Vangshivat. There's another place there where the moon stood still for an entire night of Brahma and then melted in Prem and became Chandra Sarovar. This is a moon drop, Chandra Sarovar, the lake of the moon. Only stunned remained in that same place. At that time, Krishna left the Rasa Lila, and then he manifested a four-armed form. And all of these gopis who were there at that time were searching for him. Where are you, O Krishna? Where are you? And some gopis came upon this form of Krishna, four-armed form. What did they do? They offered pranam to Nārayaṇa. And then they prayed to Nārayaṇa, have you seen Krishna? Where is Krishna? And they continued on their way searching for Krishna. But just by the breeze which blew past the cloth of Srimati Radhika, carrying her fragrance to Krishna, from a distance, at that moment, that fragrance entered his nostrils, and Krishna began to become woozy. He forgot everything. He was just thinking, now my life has become successful. My life has become successful. And he could no longer contain this form. Immediately, two arms went inside. Paita means into his abdomen. Back inside, and he was standing there, Shyamam Tribhanga Lalitam Niyata Prakasham, in his most splendid, beautiful, threefold bending form, Shyam Sundar. He was standing there like that. When Srimati Radhika came before him, Krishna responds to her love and affection by manifesting this most beautiful of all beautiful forms. He cannot even contain it. He's completely controlled. He may be Madan Mohan. Millions of cupids will faint just at the idea of the effulgence coming from his lotus feet. Millions of cupids. Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham. Kandarpa koti. Kandarpa means cupid. Koti means thousands, millions. Completely bewildered. And they fall flat. Completely faint. Fall unconscious at even the idea of the beauty manifesting from his lotus feet. Therefore he is known as Madan Mohan, who completely attracts and captures and bewilders the mind of Cupid himself. That is Krishna. But look at who completely attracts, captures and bewilders the mind of Krishna. Venum karam nipatitam skalitam shikandam. He forgets everything. He drops his flute, drops his peacock feather, everything, and chases after her. Oh, Radhika, please give me your mercy. Always chanting her name. He chants the Radha mantra, begging for her mercy. She is able to attract, capture, and bewilder his mind. He's completely sold out, completely obsessed. Therefore, she is known as Madan Mohan Mohini. She who attracts and bewilders the mind of Krishna, who is the attractor and bewilderer of the minds of millions of cupids. How amazing, how beautiful. Or as our Srila Prabhupada would say, just see how great is Radha Rani. So, this is the nature of Vrindavan. Outside of Vrindavan, it's well aware, everyone is well aware. Bhagavan is Nārayaṇa, Bhagavan is Narasingha, Bhagavan is Ram. They're also aware that he's God. He's Bhagavan. They know it. In Mathura also, Vasudeva and Devaki are offering prayers to four-armed Nārayaṇa. He manifested in the jail cell like that. Not in Braj, not in Vrindavan. He manifested, how? From the womb of Mother Yashoda. And they did the umbilical cutting ceremony. Simultaneously, he manifested as a four-armed Nārayaṇa in the jail cell of Kamsa and from the womb of Yashoda in Vrindavan. The original aspect, the original form of Godhead is that aspect who is in Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityaja padamekam nagacchati. In that original form, never steps one foot outside of Vrindavan. He manifests other forms, his own incarnations, and they have functions. Functions of ruling, functions of cleaning up the mess which happens in all the different ages, functions of looking after, giving benedictions, and functions of creation and destruction and maintenance of the universes and all like that. What is the function of Krishna in Vrindavan? He's killing demons, but Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita said it is not really Braj Krishna who's doing this actually. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita said that's not the business of Braj Krishna. It is because he is the source of all other incarnations. And even though he may manifest those incarnations outside, it's not like they're not inside as well. Anyone who knows the verse, who writes it down, at least the first two words of the verse, which says, even though he manifests himself unlimitedly, he is still completely complete, and he never loses any of his completeness. Whoever writes that down, you get the whole enchilada from Nandini. Come on. It's a very important verse. I'll give you a hint. First verse of Ishopanishad, Sri Ishopanishad. Ah, very good, Devaki. I wish I could hear you sing it. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So, Krishna in Vrindavan is thinking, I'm the son of Yashoda, the son of Nanda, the friend of my friends, the beloved of Radhika and the gopis, oh, the caretaker of the cows, I am Gopal. He has this abhiman, this conception. But naturally, within him, these Vishnu avatars, their function is to kill the demons. So Krishna is being carried up by Trinavarta, very high, higher and higher and higher. For a while, he's very excited. He can see all of the paths leading from his house to the houses of all of the gopis. Oh, he's making a map of Vrindavan from that perspective. Very happy. But then Trinavarta went too high. He went beyond the clouds, and Krishna could no longer see Vrindavan, and little Krishna became afraid. So he started holding on for dear life. Little did he know his own strength. And at that point, that is when Trinavarta began to choke, and rasagulas popped. His eyes popped out like rasagula, Gurudev would say. And then he fell down to the ground, and he was finished. Krishna was fine, he was safe, he was happy, but Trinavarta died. So Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita states that it is the avatars within Krishna that take care of the function of killing demons. But what is Krishna's business? What is his business? Gopi Jana Vallabha, Yashodanandan. His business is playing. His business is carefree, enjoying. He doesn't have any weapons. Well, he does. He has the worst one of all. He has the flute. Well, we all know how dangerous that flute is. How dangerous is that flute? Whatever you do, do not come to Vrindavan. And if by some great misfortune you happen to come here, do not go to Keshi Ghat. And if by even greater misfortune you happen to go there, whatever you do, do not look upon the face of that Govinda who is holding that flute to his lips, playing so sweetly, who's casting his sidelong glances, smiling gently, who's being lit in the moonlight, Ujvalam Chandrakena. So beautiful, so charming, so sweet, and so dangerous. Whatever you do, don't look upon his face. Your everything will be ruined. You will lose attachment to everything else, and your heart and mind will be stolen by him. That flute is very, very dangerous. This is my great fear. Take abhilash, take abhilash. Whatever you do, if you want to maintain your worldly relationships and best friendships and all of that in this world, everything that you hold dear now, be careful. If that black snake bites you, that poison will never leave, and you will be finished forever. Your heart will be gone, your mind will be gone, man mana bhav, everything will be gone. In Vrindavan, this is what Krishna does. Krishna plays that flute, and what is coming out of that flute? That is the song, it is the mood of his heart, calling to all of his Brajabasis. According to their own moods, they will hear that flute song. So sometimes in the middle of the night when he's playing, no one else hears it, but it enters into the ears of the gopis, into their hearts, and steals their hearts, and they have nothing. My treasure has just been stolen, and they chase after their stolen hearts. Krishna is playing in Vrindavan. He has no other weapons. He doesn't have bows and arrows and clubs and discs and I don't know what he does with his lotus flower. He twirls it and smiles. But his club and his disc and all of the other avatars, all of the other weapons that they have, he doesn't have any of those things, only simply a flute. And he's simply playing and enjoying sweet pastimes with his Brajabasis. That is what Krishna is doing in Vrindavan. That is the original form of Bhagavan. Ete chang sakala pungsa. All of these other incarnations are manifestations of the original. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna himself is the supreme absolute truth. Or as our Srila Prabhupada so aptly called him, the supreme personality of Godhead. In all of the realm of God, that is Godhead, there is a supreme personality who has the most persona, the most qualities. That is that supreme personality, that is Krishna. That doesn't necessarily imply any Aishvarya to say he's the supreme personality. It implies that he is Akila Rasamrita Murti, the ocean, the endless transcendental ocean of nectar rasa. All sweetness, every flavor, everything manifesting from him for his pleasure and happiness. So Vrindavan is such a place where all of that other thing is completely covered, completely drowned, made insignificant. All of the Aishvarya in the entire creation made insignificant by the overwhelming deluge of transcendental prem, especially at Śrī Radhakund, Prema Amrita Plavanat. This is like at the time of universal devastation, the waters in the universe rise and everything is completely drowned in that. In Radhakund, at Radhakund, on the banks of, at the foothill of Giriraj, there, Prema Amrita Plavana, the nectar prem, completely inundates and drowns everyone and everything there. In that divine love and affection. Not only is everyone drowned in it, Krishna himself is drowned in it. All of his dear gopis and Srimati Radhika especially are drowned in that prem. Drowned in prem does not mean anything other than that it is always increasing forever more and more. Yavad ashray vritti. More and more. Divine love and affection is there. Okay, Devaki, yes. Krishna has a stick, a bugle, a lunch bag, and a rope. You can do quite a lot with a lunch bag on the end of a rope, but he's not using those for weapons. He's just using those for tending cows. He forgets, I am God. That is the speciality of Krishna in Vrindavan. All of that opulence and Aishvaryata, he forgets. He doesn't think, I am God. He thinks, I am the son of Nanda and Yashoda, the friend of Sudam, Sridam, Dam, Vasudam, Madhumangal, the brother of Baladev, oh, the beloved of Srimati Radhika and the gopis. I am the caretaker of the cows and the calves. This is his identity in Vrindavan. So much sweetness is there that the Brajabasis, they don't know he's God, and that he also forgets or doesn't know, I am God. That kind of sweetness can be found only in Vrindavan, nowhere else. One question. I've explained it many times before. I'll tell very quickly. how Gurudev explained that Krishna wasn't born in Mathura. Well, we all know in the prayers of the demigods, when Krishna is in the womb of Devaki, they're offering so many prayers. But nowhere in Śrīmad Bhagavatam has it shown that Krishna was born in the jail cell of Kamsa. Immediately he manifested Prakash. He manifested in front of Vasudeva and Devaki in a four-armed form, fully clothed with a helmet, conch shell, disc, club, lotus flower, wearing a Baijanti Mala garland down past his knees, all of his ornaments. And immediately Vasudeva and Devaki offered their obeisance and began offering so many prayers to him as Bhagavan, as God. And then they prayed, can you please take baby form? He said, yes, but immediately bring me to the home of Nanda and Yashoda in Vrindavan. Leave me there and exchange me with their little girl. But if you see in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, in fact, when that little girl was brought back and Kamsa attempted to dash her to the floor, instead of going down, she went up and she kicked Kamsa in the head as she manifested in the form of Durga, his own worshipful goddess. And she said, Kamsa, you are such a fool. You do not know that that person who is destined to kill you has already taken birth somewhere else. Durga herself said this to Kamsa. Already taken birth somewhere else. And then in Śrīmad Bhagavatam also it is stated that she is the younger sister of Krishna. So on the authority of Hari Vangsha and based on these different proofs, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and our acharyas have understood and seen, beside the fact that Mother Yashoda is vowing to Krishna, you came from my womb, we did the umbilical cutting ceremony. Mother Yashoda is telling this in, what is that? Can't remember. Garga Samhita. She's telling this. You came from my womb. So all of our Shastras, including Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, explain that Krishna was simultaneously born in Vrindavan from the womb of Mother Yashoda when he manifested to Vasudeva and Devaki in the jail cell of King Kamsa. And because the Krishna in Mathura is not the same as the original Krishna in Vrindavan, because the original one, Vrindavanam Parityaja Padam Ekam Nagachati, never steps one footstep outside of Vrindavan, then we should understand that the Krishna in Mathura was a manifestation of the original Krishna. And so what happens in Vrindavan, all of the other manifestations are manifest within him. And if you bring them close, they will re-enter that original Krishna. Unbeknownst to Vasudeva Maharaj, when he placed his Krishna next to Yashoda, and then took that girl, the baby girl, who then manifested as Durga subsequently, that Mathura Krishna, our Guru Varga and our Acharyas have spoken that he has basically entered into the original Krishna, and all of the proofs are given there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this Krishna is born from the womb of Mother Yashoda. Srila Prabhupada also writes this in Śrīmad Bhagavatam in the section before Brahma Vimohan Lila comes. So this is when he actually stopped doing the verse-by-verse translations. And so before that, he's actually referencing Hari Vangsha, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and others, speaking about this particular subject, that it must be that Krishna simultaneously took birth in Vrindavan and manifested in Mathura to Kamsa and Devaki. There's so many more details involved, but our Srila Gurudev would actually make the Pandits of Vrindavan promise, like in a humbled way, that they will not tell that Krishna took birth in Mathura, because it didn't happen like that. But according to all Shastra, he took birth in Vrindavan. And then he would say, promise me that you will never tell it like that again. No true Brajbasi could ever say such a thing, Gurudev would say. And they had to accept it because he gave them evidence from Shastra. Thank you for your question. So, The bugle is like a buffalo horn. Horn of a buffalo. This is his bugle. Sometimes it is said that he has a bugle made of leaves, but sometimes it is said he has a buffalo horn. I haven't seen a photo of Krishna's bugle, but our Krishna has one. Do you have it, Sudevi? He's not wearing it right now, but he does have one. It's a gold-plated one. But yes, Krishna has a bugle. And Baladev also has it, and so many other cowherd boys also have their bugles. But Krishna's flute is his prominent instrument, and Baladev also has a flute, but his bugle is more prominent. Srila Gurudev explained all of these things. So, now we're coming to verse 5, commentary continuing. The devotee will hanker for a particular rasa according to his own eternal mood. Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī presents Śrī Satyavrata Muni as a perfect example of this. According to his own mood, Śrī Satyavrata Muni is trying to awaken within his own heart the bhav of one of Śrī Krishna's eternal ragatmika jan by performing sadhana bhajan under their guidance. Like Rupa Goswami said, Tishtan Braje Tat Anuragi Jananugami. We should be under the guidance of any eternal associate of Krishna in Vrindavan if we want to attain that perfection. So here, Satyavrata Muni is developing greed, hankering for a particular rasa according to his own intrinsic eternal mood. And according to this, he is trying to awaken within his own heart the mood of one of Krishna's eternal associates by performing sadhana bhajan. He's practicing under their guidance. Following in the footsteps of Śrī Satyavrata Muni, a sadhaka should think. Sadhaka means a practitioner on the path of bhakti who is aspiring for bhav bhakti. If earrings, which are only gold, can kiss the cheeks of Śrī Krishna, then why can't I? Certainly I will also do this. With this yearning, he should endeavor to attain his goal with the conviction that he does not need any other benediction. Such endeavor is called abhideya, this devotional service in practice. When he at last attains his own eternal constitutional mood of service in one of the 5 rasas, then he will attain the ultimate goal, the stage of prayojan. So Sambandha is there. It means establishing the relationship. Then there's abhideya. This is the relationship in practice. Development of that relationship. And prayojan means the perfection of that relationship. These conceptions are integral to Gaudiya Vaishnavism. There are 3 main Thakurs, 3 main deities who represent these tattvas, and 3 main acharyas who also represent these tattvas. Sambandha, abhideya, prayojan. Sambandha Thakurji is Madan Mohan, and the acharya is Sanatana Gosvāmī. Abhideya Thakur is Govindaji, and the acharya is Rup Goswami. And prayojan is Gopinath, and the acharya is Raghunath Das Goswami, prayojan acharya. So these 3 main principles are necessary. What is Sambandha? The establishment of that relationship. What is the nature of my relationship with Krishna? This is actually manifest or awakened or indicated by our Gurudev, but it is already eternally inherent within. We are meant for Krishna in a particular way, and he has a particular eternal intrinsic relationship with us as well. And that is awakened by the association of his eternal associates. It is not given, nothing new is given or added, but it is awakened, and it is able to, in essence, grow or manifest. We should understand that bhakti is not a stagnant thing, it is dynamic, it is ever increasing and ever growing. So just because there is an apparent you can call it adjustment or change, it does not mean that it is anything outside of itself which makes that happen. It is not that Guru comes and gives you your swarup. You are a blank slate, and now I am making you Rasagula Manjari, and I'm going to make you Gulab Jamun Manjari, and I'm going to make you a cowherd-boy, and I'm going to make you, oh wait, let me change my mind. Never and never, Srila Gurudev said. Never and never. What is already present within, inherently, intrinsically, constitutionally, by that association is awakened from within. As our Srila Prabhupada said, it is nothing to be had from an outside source. It is already eternally, inherently established within the Atma. So, Sambandha, relationship. Madan Mohan is the attractor. That relationship is formed by that. And then Abhideya, Govindaji, means that relationship is established and now you are practicing within that relationship. Like a marriage. I'm going to give an example of an Indian arranged marriage. This is how our Guru Varga would kind of explain it also. Many people, especially in the past, they accepted whatever was arranged for them. It's quite a new concept, actually, to have what you call love marriages. But even 50 years ago, 100 years ago, it was just common across the board, across the world, arranged marriages. So in India, it's still quite common. The parents make an arrangement for their, my boy will marry your daughter, etc. And so they don't really know each other. But then Sambandha is established. This is who you're going to marry, this is who you're going to marry. And then the relationship is established. This is your partner for life. This is the Sambandha. And then once marriage is done, then there's Abhideya. Abhideya means getting to know each other, getting to understand each other's preferences, likes and dislikes, how to serve and how to please the beloved, or in this case, your husband or wife. And then when that comes to its stage of perfection, when everything has been refined, ironed out, and it is perfect, when it attains its highest peak point, that is prayojan. So Madan Mohan is said to be that form of establishing relationship. Govinda is that form of relationship in practice. And Gopinath, Shriman Rasarasarambi Vangshivatatastitaha Karshan Venusvaner Gopir Gopinatha Shriyeshtunaha. Gopinath is playing his flute in the middle of the night, and all gopis come running to serve him, to please him. And then Rasalila takes place. This is Gopinath, Prayojan Tattva. And our Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, when the doors of Radharaman temple opened and he was able to have darshan of Radharaman, he said, within Radharaman, I see the embodiment of the three Teen Thakur. He said, Gaudiya Vaishnava Thakurs. That is Madan Mohan. His feet are like the feet of Madan Mohan. His torso is like the torso of Govindaji, and his face is the face of Gopinath. So all are present within him, including the fact that his name is Radharaman. So also Srimati Radhika is inside. He is quite a complete tattva in himself, and very cute also. So when he at last attains his own eternal constitutional mood of service in one of the five rasas, then he will attain the ultimate goal, the stage of prayojan. In one of the five rasas, Shantaras, Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vatsalyaras, Madhuryaras. It is said that there's no pure Shanta in Vrindavan. There's Shantaras, but even the animals and the trees and the flowers, they also have a mix of other rasas in there. So there's no pure, just neutrality. Even Dasya, servitorship, has some other moods in it. So primarily there's Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and There might be some dasya there. There are servants in the house of Nanda and Yashoda, but those servants also will take on different moods, like Vatsalyata or Sakya, when they're decorating Krishna, for example. So they have all of these moods mixed. But here it says, when he at last attains his own eternal constitutional mood of service in one of the 5 rasas, then he will attain the ultimate goal, the stage of prayojan. So prayojan means perfection. Whose prem is stronger? Mother Yashoda's prem for her darling son is certainly stronger than his prem for her. Does anyone know why? Very good. Bahunishta and Ekanishta. The nature of the devotee is one-pointed, exclusive, ekantik. Especially in Braj. They have a one-pointed mood of loving service to Krishna. But Krishna, as Gurudev said, cannot neglect even one jiva. He is bahunishta. Bahu means many. He's multi-pointed. So it's quite amazing, quite awesome, and quite attractive to him to see and witness and experience one-pointed love coming to him when he is naturally multi-pointed. So one-pointed takes precedence over multi-pointed. To the degree of that one is ekantik, single-focused, one-pointed, to that degree, their level of control of Krishna, because of their exclusive love, is increasing. And Krishna's nature, although he wants to be one-pointed to Srimati Radhika, what did Srila Gurudev say? Sudevi? Although Krishna wants to be one-pointed to Srimati Radhika, he cannot. Not even one jiva can he give up, Gurudev said. So he's multi-pointed. So whose prem is stronger? The one-pointed prem is stronger than the multi-pointed. Her prem can control Krishna and bind him. If any devotee hears the pastimes of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna with her prem, and of her kissing his lotus face again and again, a longing will enter his heart. If I follow in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, perhaps I will also be able to kiss the lotus face of her darling boy. So they're noticing what she's doing, what kind of relationship she has. It attracts a certain greed in one's heart. Oh, I also want that. And then, following after her, they aspire to have a relationship with Krishna like she has with Krishna. This is called Tad Anuragi Jan Anugami. The eternal associate of Krishna, following in their footsteps, in their guidance. But who kisses Sri Krishna's face the most? More than anyone else? Okay, not Sudevi, but you will get a container of Radha Kund water if you could answer this. Who kisses Krishna's face more than anyone else? Charudasi, his flute. Srimati Radhika drinks the nectar of Sri Krishna's lotus face by kissing it again and again. Very good. At the beginning of this Ashtakam, Śrī Satyavrata Muni was praying in the mood of Dasya Ras. Now in this verse, Dasya means in a mood of servitude, as a servant, with a mood of Aishvarya, knowledge of Krishna's opulence, his supreme majesty. Now in this verse, his prayers are imbued with a desire to enter the mood of Vatsalya Ras, that is parental love and affection. May that supremely charming lotus face which is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, manifest within my heart forever. In the same way, every sadhaka will initially consider himself to be the servant of Sri Krishna in a general sense. That is, Jivera Surupahoy Krishner Nityadas, the nature of all jivas across the board, is that they are eternal servants of Krishna. Krishner Tatashta Shakti, they are Krishna's marginal potency, Bheda Bheda Prakash. They are at the same time different and not different from Krishna. Not different in that they are transcendental and of the same substance, and different in that they are always in the subservient and infinitesimal position, whereas Krishna is always in the superior, according to the tattva, and the infinite position. So we are always, forever, in the state of das. But that das, or servitude, manifests more deeply in so many different ways. When it progresses, then it becomes sakya. When that progresses, then vatsalya. When that progresses, then madhurya. We shouldn't think that it's something strange. One can actually go through those understandings, those feelings, and those motions or emotions. But until one attains to their supreme destination or their intrinsic eternal swadharma, one's own intrinsic nature, until one attains to that, they will not find their satisfaction. They will not find their completion. They will not find their everlasting peace. It means when one is in alignment with their own nature, then they find their zone. This is where you belong. Until one comes to that, they won't find it. But one can be delayed from finding that for an extremely long time. And in order to avoid that delay, our Guru Varga are giving us all of the instructions and teachings of Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, of Śrī Brihad Bhagavatamrita, going beyond Vaikuntha, so that we don't become delayed by going to all of these other different locations. If we can have a one-pointed, one-focused mindset, then we can avoid the idea of having to become the king of Jagannath Puri, then of having to become Lord Brahma, then of having to merge into the effulgence of the Lord for God knows how long. There's no time, so there's no knowledge of that. Millions, trillions of yugas? I don't know. There's no yuga there either. And then from there, going to Vaikuntha for how long? And then Ayodhya, and then Dwaraka, even Mathura. But if you're meant to be a cowherd boy, or a parental figure, or a gopi, then all of that will have been a very, very long time when you are not able to actually express your own intrinsic nature of love and affection for Krishna. And from a perspective of Krishna, what did he say to Gopkumar? What took you so long? I sent so much help for you, and you just turned the other way. I even had to break my own rules to wake you up. And from the perspective of that devotee, especially as they're progressing, it would be painful as well. Especially from the perspective of those who see and understand what it is like to not be able to serve Krishna for even one moment. What does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. One moment of separation from you feels like millions of yugas. Then from their perspective, when we give millions of yugas away in separation from our intrinsic nature to serve Krishna, this is unfathomable. That is why their hearts break upon seeing our condition. In the material world, we're trying to remain here, not even serving the Lord. It breaks their hearts. That is why they feel, it is called paraduka dukhi. Dukhi means sadness. Paraduk, the greatest sadness of all sadness. seeing our pitiful condition. Vairāga juga bhakti rasam prayatna apayana mam anubhipshamandam kripam budirya paradukha duki. Therefore, they are giving their mercy. How? Shri Nama Prem, giving Hari Nam, giving Hari Katha, Mahaprasad, Sadhu Sangha, Kirtan, Thakurji, Vrindavan, more Kirtan, more Prasadam, all of the aspects of bhakti and seva, parikrama, so many beautiful practical things that we can do to increase our capacity or our desire to want to love and serve Krishna according to our own intrinsic and eternal inherent nature. They don't want us to waste any more time. We have wasted enough. Trust me. And they know it. They have seen it forever. Nitya Badha means since time without beginning, we have been bound in this material world. Now is the time. As Prabhupada would say, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. We have done everything. There is nothing we have not done. Our Gurudev said there is no sin that we have not committed millions of times over in our entire sojourn through material existence. There is nothing that we have not done. No sin. No action, no reaction that we have not experienced millions of times over. Therefore, now is the time to inquire about something different. Interesting. As I started saying that, I was thinking about, this is what I speak on someone's birthday, and it happens to be Taruni's birthday. Now is the time to inquire about something different, to do something different than we've done every time before. Now we've acquired this very valuable, rare human form of life, which is like the perfectly constructed boat. Nridehamadhyam sulabham sudurlabham. Plavam sukalpam guru karnadaram. We have come in contact with Sri Guru, who is the captain of that boat. And we have this amazing human form, the only form which allows us to endeavor for perfection, which is love, service to Shri Radha and Krishna. In our case, our prayer, Radha Dasyam, in the group of Lalita Sakhi and the guidance of Sri Rupa Manjari and Guru Sakhi, we have the capacity. The human form of life, Srila Prabhupada says, gives us an opportunity, a choice. Stay bound in samsara or get out. What do we want to do? Really? It's not about getting out or staying bound. It's about loving Krishna and associating with Krishna's pure devotees. Mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhaktir ahoitaki tvai. Maybe birth after birth may be there, but let me have pure devotional service, devotional love and affection for you. This is the prayer of the devotees. Let me always associate with your pure devotee. If I have to become a Brahma or a germ or anything, always allow me to be in the association of your devotees. Let me be your devotee. Kita janmaha jatu tura das bahirmukha brahmanahi mora ash. Even if I attain a very high state, I don't want that if it is averse to you or opposed. Let me be an insect in the house of your devotee. Then I might be able to hear your glorification. I might be able to receive some remnant of your Mahaprasad. I might be able to develop loving devotion for you, my Lord. But anyhow, this human form of life is the only form that gives us an opportunity to do that. All other forms of life, they don't give us that opportunity. Not even the demigods. They're enjoying too much. Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shri. Such a high birth, so much wealth and education and bodily beauty, too much sense enjoyment, makes them incapable of pure bhakti. So they're waiting to take birth in this Kali Yuga right now, that we have all taken birth in, only 540 years after the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to take advantage of this most blessed time, Dhanya Kali Yuga, the most blessed, fortunate Kali Yuga. Why? Kaler doshane jay rajan asti yeko mahadguna kirtanareva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet. Simply by chanting the holy names of Krishna, one can attain to the highest destination in this Kali Yuga, although it is an ocean of faults. And this is not any ordinary Kali Yuga, this is a special Kali Yuga. Because Mahaprabhu does not appear every Kali Yuga. Samarpayutum. Very rarely. Once every day of Brahma. Only once in a day of Brahma. 8,640,000,000 years. And we have come at that time under the guidance of those persons who are true Rupanuga Vaishnavas. We cannot count our blessings. And it is not an accident that we have come to this place. Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Mahārāja said, we have endeavored a minimum of 100 lifetimes, more probably thousands and thousands, to come to this point where we have received direct glances and harikatha from the lips of an intimate, transcendental associate of Sri Radha and Krishna. How unprecedented is that? And by the time one comes to even having faith in the name of Krishna and Krishna as the Supreme, what to speak of that? Understanding that Krishna becomes completely captivated and controlled by Srimati Radhika? That's even more. That Radhika is his prem guru and he's simply her dancing pupil? Radhika premer guru ami shishyanata? That's unprecedented. That is like, my God, it's so close to that end, to that goal, to that perfection. Not only can you smell it, you can practically taste it. You know, when you've been invited to someone's home for a beautiful, wonderful feast, I'm thinking Devaki and Punya, you don't even have to go in. As soon as you arrive, you get out of the car, it's like, whoa! And then you start walking in, and then the gulab jamuns and everything else it's already there. So close. So we have this opportunity now. And this birth in a human form, this is our greatest wealth and asset. Not in an animal form, not in a demigod form, the form which allows us the balance to be able to run forward on the path of bhakti, to endeavor for perfection. Śrīmad Bhagavatam tells us, Labdva sadurlabamidam sambhavante manusyamartadama nityamapi hadhira turnamyate tanapatit anumrityayavan nishreyashaya vishaya kalu sarvatasyat. Although eating, sleeping, mating, and defending can be had in any species of life, only the human form of life enables one to actually endeavor for perfection. So as long as one has this body, this human form of life, as long as one has this human form of life, they should engage all of their energy and time in that endeavor for perfection until this body can no longer be sustained. Means until it drops off. Until that moment, one should utilize every bit of their energy to endeavor for that thing, that perfection. What are we endeavoring for? Krishna Bhakti Ras. We're endeavoring for attainment of a particular goal, loving service to Radha and Krishna in the association of their pure, eternal, transcendental associates. What a great fortune we have received. And so on your birthday, Taruni, we should remember this. It's not a bad thing. So many devotees go, oh my God, I've taken birth in this material world. There's nothing to celebrate. Oh, there is something to celebrate. You have won the jackpot of all jackpots. The biggest lottery winning that you could ever imagine. Forget millions and millions and billions of dollars. This will only keep you bound in samsara. But you have this human form of life. You have received such a Gurudeva, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, whose blue eyes have penetrated your heart. His loving glance has been cast upon you. He has given you the holy names of Krishna, placed those deep in your heart and told you to search for your eternal beloved, that there's nothing else worth worrying about or searching for. He has come and given us the message of Rupa Gosvāmī, which is the essence of what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give this world. You have been to Vrindavan, to the holy Dham. You've placed your head in the dust of all of these places, bathed in Radhakund, Shyamakund, Jamuna. You've bowed your head at the feet of Giriraj Maharaj, meaning Govardhan Hill. You've received so many transcendental blessings, and you have some, I don't know what depth, but faith in the process of bhakti as given by our Guru Varga. This is the most amazing, amazing thing. And you have the human body at the same time. And thousands of endeavors have been made in previous lifetimes to come to this point. Aho patasvapachatto gariyan. One should, yes? Oh, one should know that by the time one comes to having faith in the name of Krishna, an exclusive toward Krishna, this means Radha Krishna, Vrindavan Krishna, that you have already undergone you've already come to the completion of all other paths. You have already studied all scriptures, you have already learned all shloks, you have already done all tapasyas, all sacrifices, gone to all of the holy places of pilgrimage, bathed in all of those holy waters, and done everything else that is needed to be done. You've already done it. Now, there's only one thing left to do. Hold tightly to the lotus feet of Sri Guru, follow his instructions very, very carefully, and let him carry you to your eternal beloved. So, this is a very beautiful day, your birthday in this human form, which affords you this opportunity for perfection. So, I just want to make sure okay. What's the time? Nope, 7:58. So at the beginning of this Ashtakam, Śrī Satyavrata Muni was praying in the mood of Dasyaras. Now in this verse, his prayers are imbued with the desire to enter the mood of Vatsalyaras. May that supremely charming lotus face, which is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, manifest within my heart forever. In the same way, every sadhaka will initially consider himself to be the servant of Śrī Krishna in a general sense. However, by performing intimate service and by acquiring Sri Bhagavan's mercy, that mercy manifest, yasya prasādāt bhagavat prasādo, yasya prasādāt nagati kutopi, that mercy manifests to us in the form of Sri Gurudev. By receiving Bhagavan's mercy, he will gradually progress, and a deep longing to perform service under the guidance of one of Sri Krishna's eternal associates will begin to manifest within his heart. Śrīla Gurudeva ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Śrīla Guru Varga ki jai, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Yeah. Should we do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take some flowers from the feet of Srimati Radhika. So there we go. Oh, okay. And here. And their feet. Oh, okay. So, everyone, we're going to give her blessings. So, Taruni, you have to look at the screen, but also you should be sitting on the floor on your knees. You should see that Śrīla Gurudev is there and all of the Vaishnavas are there. You're in Vrindavan. And Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas are going to offer blessings. I'm only saying the words that he tells, but remembering that actually it's him who tells it. So, Śrīla Gurudev would have us all sprinkle shower flowers. Okay, ready? Mangalam bhavatu.
Mangalam bhavatu.
Guru Nishta bhavatu.
Guru Nishta bhavatu. Don't let him get on the floor.
Krishna Bhaktir Bhavatu.
Krishna Bhaktir Bhavatu.
Radha Dasyam Lalita Sakigan Rupa Manjari Anugatya Bhavatu.
Under the guidance of Rupa.
Radha Dasyam Bhavatu. Shri Taruni Devi Dasi Ki Jai. May you be happy in this life. May you be happy in any future time, all the way into perfection and within perfection. May you always be happy forever.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Taruni. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Taruni. Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again unless it's from the womb of a gopi.
While Krishna is on the planet performing his pastimes and you have association with his eternal parikars.
Jai! Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev, Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Gaurāngi, Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Prabhupada Gauriya Guruvarga ki Jai, Prabhupada Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Prem Purushottam Shashi Nandana Gaur Hari ki Jai, Radha Bihari Ji ki Jai, Radha Ramana Ji ki Jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Govinda Damodara Madhave, Govinda Damodara Madhave, Govinda Damodara Madhave, Govinda Damodara Madhave. Bolo Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Shri Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki Jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Shyam
Hari Hari Bol.
Śrīla Gurudev
Ki
ki
Jai.
Śrīla Prabhupada
Ki
ki Jai.
Jai.
Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki
Jai.
Taruni Didi ki Jai. That means, may you be victorious over all of your obstacles by the grace of Guru, Gauranga, and the
Jai
Vaishnavas.
Ho.
Gaura Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you all very much for giving us the opportunity today to remember the beautiful teachings of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga. And also, we would like to express our deepest gratitude and indebtedness to each and every one of you for daily giving us the opportunity to do our Guru Seva, which is our life and soul. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe
Radha Vinod
Radhe.
Bihari Ju ki
Jai.
Jai. Sachinandana Gaur Hari
Ki
ki
Jai.
Jai.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.